Hey everyone, what's going on? It is Aaron Trevino, and I'm here to answer some questions. I got a ton of questions from people just asking about me fasting for 72 hours, saying, man, that's crazy. I want to hear about it. So I figured I would just lay it out in this video. I was really surprised at how many people had reached out to me and were kind of interested in all these things, all the questions. So just thought that I would fill y'all in with this video. So just a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I am not a holistic health expert. I'm simply a curious guy, and I enjoy learning about what the human body is capable of. So with that being said, I truly believe after experiencing fasting, not that I'm an expert by any means, but just a few times that I've done it, fasting is one of the greatest gifts given to man. There's something about shutting your mouth and not eating, and that feeling is it kind of gives you an unparalleled sense of clarity that frankly I haven't really experienced through other means. So the big question I got was, Aaron, why would you do this? So the main reason was for fat loss. Not that I'm severely overweight, because I'm not, but just wanted to experiment and kind of see how effective it was for fat loss. So that was the big reason why I did it for 72 hours. I also wanted to kind of experience the other benefits because I had read about it online. I'd had friends that did it, so I thought I'd give it a shot. I was about 10 pounds heavier than I wanted to be. I was by no means overweight, but just kind of wanted to see what it would feel like being 10 pounds lighter. I was still working out 4 to 5 times a week. I was still eating pretty healthy, but frankly, I wasn't sleeping enough. And I think that was kind of the reason why maybe I gained that additional weight. Anyways, I thought that fasting would be a great way to kind of reset my metabolism, get back on track. So I decided to do this about 4 weeks ago. The result that I got at the very end was I lost 15 pounds. So let me just lay out my routine for you. So I've kind of spoken to other people about this. If I have spoken to you, you'll know that I've done different types of fasting. I've done 12-12, where you basically eat within a 12-hour window. The other 12 you don't. I've done 18-6, so you're eating within a short window, and then the other you're not. I've done 20-4. I've done 24-hour fasts. The longest fast that I've done prior to the 72-hour one was actually 48 hours. I was completely unprepared. I did not do it right. However, I got a great burst of energy. I was actually working in the yard all day long. I had great mental clarity kind of until the end when the wheels fell off. I got lightheaded, and I didn't know, frankly, until I did this most recent fast, that you need electrolytes. So you need to be supplementing with those electrolytes. And I made a crucial mistake by breaking the fast with heavy carbs like beans and rice, so I'll get to in another video. But anyways, I wanted to hit that 72-hour mark. It was just something I wanted to accomplish, something in my head. I'm kind of an extremist at times, so I thought that I would just give it a go. I ended up learning a lot through my fasting experiences, but I've also made a lot of mistakes. So a lot of positive things came out of me doing that. So here's how I started. So for example, my last meal was at 5 p.m. Monday evening. So the idea was to push the next few days and break the fast 5 p.m. Thursday evening. So remember, you can always extend beyond 72 hours. I've heard of people going up to 10 days, but I knew this was my first time. I was going to do a hard stop at 72 hours, considering this was my first real extended fast. So it'd be the longest I've ever done thus far. So my objective was basically just to fast in the most sustainable way possible with as much speed and efficiency as I possibly could. So, let's check out a few reasons why people can fast for 72 hours. So, I can tell you what I did for 72 hours. You can take this and use this as a guide to help you on your fasting journey. So what's great about fasting is it can really change your body composition. It can accelerate fat loss and even preserve your muscle, contrary to popular belief, right? So keep in mind there's a difference between fasting and not eating. So some people would argue that anything under 72 hours, you're simply skipping meals. You're simply just not eating. While anything beyond 72 hours is fasting, because the state in your body changes. I'm not going to argue, here nor there, which one is correct, but just simply here to talk about me doing 72-hour fasts. So at the 72-hour mark, generally your hormones will change. So your body switches from glycogen, which it uses for energy, so glycogen and glucose, which is basically liver sugar, to ketones. So you're basically converting switching from sugar as energy to burning fat for energy, right? So that would be those ketones that turn on. Um, so it takes about 72 hours for you to completely deplete your body of that glycogen. So keep in mind, you get better results from the 72-hour fast. If a day before, a day or two before, 24 to 48 hours, you do your prep work. So basically, you're eating a ketogenic diet 24 to 48 hours before you begin your 72-hour fast. So for example, ketogenic would mean that you are eating mostly meat and vegetables, no carbohydrates like rice or potatoes. So the idea is to kind of preload or kind of go into your 72-hour fast with lower glycogen levels to begin with, so you can deplete those glycogen levels easier to kind of be able to turn on those ketones when the time comes. So basically hitting that 72-hour mark means you're hitting ketosis, and you're technically, at that moment in a fasted state. So your body will go into autophagy mode. So autophagy is basically your body's way of cleaning out those bad damaged cells that it doesn't need anymore. So it's kind of in the word itself, right? So the word auto means self, phagy means eating. So autophagy basically just means self-eating. Your body is self-eating and destroying those bad cells that it no longer needs. So some people would argue, I'm no medical expert, but some would argue that, kind of around that 20-hour mark, it seems like that's the optimal benefit. Um, you know, that range, it'll kind of occur, that autophagy that you'll get, or at least that's what it was like, at least in my experience. So it's been shown that degenerative cells, the bad cells, are kind of what cause different diseases and health ailments. So kind of think as fasting going into it just as a way of cleansing yourself, cleansing your body of things that no longer serve it, things that, are bad for it, right? So reverting back at the 72-hour mark, your body basically, that growth hormone, those growth hormone levels will accelerate. So it's basically your body's attempt to preserve its muscle mass. So if you're burning sugar for energy, that'll spike your insulin levels and cause you to burn up muscle. So your body will not burn up muscle, because you're not eating. So your body's basically recognizing that you will need your muscle, I guess, as a survival instinct, right? So, basically so you can eat, right? It's very primal. So this is a big misconception about fasting, that if you're fasting, you're going to burn up all your muscle. And that's not exactly the case. I didn't experience that myself. I lost weight, but I didn't really lose any strength. I'll get to that in a later video as well. So the three big benefits to fasting, as mentioned: fat loss, autophagy, and those accelerated growth hormone levels. So if you're completely new to this, all this can seem absolutely crazy and extreme. I know I had a few people tell me that, but they were also intrigued. So if going 72 hours right off the bat is way too extreme for you, you can try OMAD, which is basically just one meal a day. OMAD, right? OMAD, one meal a day. So you can basically just keep it ketogenic, meaning, again, that you're eating mostly meat, you're eating mostly vegetables, no carbohydrates like rice, no carbohydrates like potatoes. So you're basically preventing yourself from having those insulin spikes, right? So one thing that got me through my fast, which is crucial, was drinking snake juice, or basically what I call snake juice. So going back to that mistake that I made with that 48-hour fast that I talked about earlier, I was fasting on pure water, and that's no good. I felt horrible. I felt sluggish. I was lethargic. I had no energy. I was just a zombie of a person towards the end. In the beginning, I felt okay. Towards the very end, the wheels fell off, and I did not feel good. I was real lightheaded. So bottom line, you need those electrolytes. Water can actually have a dehydrating effect on you when you're only drinking water during the fast. So it is imperative that you drink this snake juice. You need those electrolytes and salts so you don't get lightheaded like I did. So basically, here's what snake juice is. So keep in mind, you drink the snake juice within a 1 to 2 hour window for as long as you feel good, right? So you could also buy what's called keto sticks. They're basically just little paper strips that measure your ketone levels in your urine. So you want to show color in those test strips. So basically, if you show purple, that's good. That means you're basically in ketosis. That would probably be at the tail end of your fast, not originally at the beginning. Again, that depends on your glycogen levels and how quickly you're able to deplete them. So yeah, with those keto sticks, I believe they're about $14. You can get them in the health food aisle at H-E-B. So basically the recipe for snake juice is you need sodium, right? So It was recommended to me you do 2,000 milligrams per liter of water. So that means that you do 1 teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt per liter of water, right? So I was told you drink no more than 2 liters of water. So basically, again, if you go to HEB, you'll see Evian. For some reason, I was recommended Evian to do this. So I bought a 6-pack of Evian water. Supposedly, the Evian water has a particular pH level that's good for nourishing your body while you're doing fasts. Anyways, so I bought this 6-pack of Evian. Each one is 1 liter, right? So I was told don't drink more than 2 liters of water. So I basically measured my snake juice for 2 liters of water, right? I did not exceed that 2 liter amount. So you have your sodium, right? So to recap, you have that 2,000 milligrams per liter of water. So that's 1 teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt per liter of water. You need potassium, so around 4,700 milligrams per day maximum. So that basically just means 2 teaspoons of what's called no salt. So again, if you go to HEB and you see see something called low salt or no salt, right? It's basically a potassium product, right? So it basically just keeps your potassium levels up. Lemon juice as well. So you should get about 8 tablespoons per day. So either way, you can kind of go in your produce aisle. You can get lemon. You can just pick lemons yourself. I believe to get 8 tablespoons, it was about 6 to 8 lemons for me. Just average size lemons. You can just squeeze them out, measure them, put them in there. Or, you can just basically, if you want to pay a premium, pay a bit more, you can already have the lemon juice that is bottled already. You can just use that. And then finally, apple cider vinegar, just 4 tablespoons per day. And that is snake juice. So snake juice will help you carry on throughout your fast. Again, it's absolutely crucial that you nourish yourself with those electrolytes because you don't want to feel bad the way I did. So in the next video, I'll be talking about the refeeding period, which is absolutely crucial. So some people would suggest that the refeeding period is actually even more important than the fast itself. So be sure to check that on the next video. See you next time, and we'll talk to y'all soon.